Thinking back, the time I spent on playing Flash games was insane, and there's a good reason behind it. Essentially, thousands of games for free that could run on a potato, and all you need to do was just type out a website. But out of them all, the ones I remember loving and playing the most had to be action platformers. Games such as Gun Mayhem or Chaos Faction 2 were something I played for years, especially with friends, and oh baby did I love Chaos Faction 2. Hands down one of my favorite Flash games alongside Poptropica and Stick War. Oh yeah, stick figures. I can't exactly pinpoint every small detail on what I like about them so much, but, well, I adore them. Their sleek and simplistic design leaves a lot up to your imagination, and honestly it's probably just a personal connection, I used to draw them all the time. So as you can imagine, Stickmin is one of my favorite websites. But while the games were at times more than great, what really struck me away in the best way possible were the animations. Most notably the rock hard gladiator battles, or RTGs for short. I used to watch these all the time, I've probably been my favorites hundreds of times, and it was always a dream of mine that one day we'll get a game similar to those battles. Basically taking stick figures and putting them into action platformers. Now, years later, I can finally say the game exists. Developed by Landfall Games, Stick Fight the game was released on the 28th of September 2017 on Steam for a measly $5. Being a game made by Landfall, it's heavily physics-based, so it's not exactly the same as RPGs if it comes to the smooth and snappy movement. But let's be honest, you can't really do that outside of animations, especially in an online game such as this. Nevertheless, it's everything I'd expect from an action platformer and then some. There's a large amount of variety of maps, some being relatively simple, but most of them do change it up by adding moving or deadly elements or even allowing you to destroy large chunks of the map, letting you shape your own arena. There's also plenty of weapons ranging from your fists to swords and spears, pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, snipers, all the way out to glue guns, lava guns, snake guns, even a black hole. And that's just scratching the surface. There's close to 40 weapons in the game as of now, and honestly, this has to be one of the very first times where I like most, if not all of them. Probably my favorite thing in the game besides, well, stick figures has to be the pacing. It is really fast. Right from the get-go, you're presented with a very simple interactive menu where you're prompted to join into a match. Once a match ends, you instantly transition to another one, and this goes on basic forever, or till you decide to stop. The game does a good, no, fantastic job to keep you engaged, and this has to be one of the hardest games to put down from what I've played. This is also helped by a pretty darn good soundtrack. Curve Floating has done a good job creating something which has been hard getting out of my head ever since I started playing. To top it all off, the game is polished, looks good, and plays well. There are bugs, but they're also quite minimal. Something that does annoy me a lot though are the hackers. There seems to be a decent amount of them, so I hope Landfall gets that sorted out. Other than that, there's really nothing else I could complain about. It's a really fun game and almost everything I wanted. If you're a fan of the genre or sitting in the same boat as I was, you're not gonna be disappointed in the slightest, and I'd easily recommend it. No matter if you're looking for a party game or just a good time.